Coach, you came firing out in the first half of the game, and they just had a good answer in the second. What happened out there?
Well, I really liked our game. We've obviously got some guys up in Dallas that so there's opportunity for other guys to step in the lineup, and I really liked our game. We got the game to 3-1, and we only given up 13 shots, and then we had a turnover in the slot by Sam LaBerge and ended up in our net, and kind of gave them a little bit of life. And then from that point on, they had a really good push in the second period, and found their legs. I think they were kind of a little sleepy, and then we woke them up, and then they got a couple lucky bounces on the power play goal to tie it at 3-3, and then the fourth goal, D zone, we had a breakdown. One guy lost a stick. We had loose coverage down low and ended up in our net. But this was a chance for some young guys to get some opportunity to play some minutes, and some guys played really well. I thought Payne, Calderon really rose to the occasion, and I thought a couple other guys didn't. So that's going to dictate how much they're going to play down the stretch, because these games are important. Tonight was a huge 4-point game. If you look at our next 2 months, we play our Central Division a lot, and if you can't sustain or play with the pressure, you probably won't be in the lineup.
Along that same lines, with the rising to the occasion, it seems like there have been times where the team throughout the year has risen to the occasion. So what really bought into some of those guys tonight that you saw from the bench?
Well, when you know you're going to play and you're in the lineup, your demeanor changes, and you kind of have a little bit more of a game. And if you're going to sit on the fourth line and not play a lot, you kind of get lost a little bit. But Calderon played up in lineup. I thought it was one of his better games of the year, and he's starting to come in his development. So we want to see that continue to move along. And we asked Painter to play at a position tonight and play as a centerman, and we don't have any center. We had Lesperance tonight. That's the only center we have. So we're trying to make do with Hargrove in the middle, Painter, and then Phelan. And you saw Phelan didn't play in the third period. I benched him because he made some mistakes on the goal. So some guys are rising to the occasion, some guys aren't.
When you look out in front of the net, did you find that it was tough getting through a lot of their defensemen? It seemed like the sticks were really active tonight. Yeah,
they did a good job around their net. They box you out and they play real hard to tie up your sticks. And I thought there could have been a couple calls down the stretch, but there wasn't. We had a couple good looks. I thought Nicky Camano had a great look there to tie it up at 4-4, and we had a couple other looks we just didn't score on. So they did a good job defending. Their goalie made the big save when counted upon, and but if you look back at the game, probably the second goal was the biggest turning point.
Overall, you're now going on a road trip here. It's going to be a long month of February. So what's the message to the guys now?
Well, it's one game, one shift at a time. We got to play a little bit tighter on the road now. We're going to other teams' buildings. They're obviously going to have that home ice advantage, and we just have to go in and play some solid road games.
You guys scored twice on the power play tonight. If there's any positive to take from a game like that, is that one of them?
Yeah, it was good. I thought our power play responded tonight when it had to. First goal, we just got a puck to the net and found a rebound. Second goal is just off, a place that we kind of designed. It's a atypical play in hockey, but we got a puck down low. Mercy made a good play at the net, but our power play had been a little bit dry, so hopefully this is a good thing to come, especially going on the road.
Shane Hanna using that kind of utility player role. What did you see out of him?
I thought Shane did a good job tonight. I thought he was really good up front there. Obviously he's a detailed player. He's got a little bit of bite in his game. I like the way he played, but then we used him on the back end late in the third there just to kind of see if we can get a little bit more from our back end.
Last season at this time in the schedule, you guys were outside of a postseason position, and you made a charge and made it all the way to the finals. You guys got to try to channel that same energy going forward?
Well, we're going to focus on the next game here. We're not going to focus what happened last year. Two different teams.